Japan will not let you save money. In fact, you are losing money by keeping cash in the banks, and if you don't watch this video to the end, you won't know why. Hey guys, what's up? It's Andrew. Remember, I respect your time and the video is time-stamped for those who just want the info. Smash that like button for the algorithm and let's get into it. You know, I've been trying to save money in Japan for over 10 years now without much of a plan except to just save most of my savings as cash sitting in a bank account. This is what most people in Japan especially do. I used to think I could save enough money and I will be okay. It seemed like the best idea, kind of like being a Japanese comedian like these guys. But that was not the case for them either, and we will get into that later. Recently, with governments all over the world with their interest rates at all-time lows, saving accounts are paying out next to nothing, and inflation rates are on the rise. Saving money in general is starting to go out of fashion, with inflation rates in the US averaging around 2.5% per year. And over 5% this year, we are all losing more money than we are earning in our savings accounts. Inflation. Every year, the things that we buy, they go up in value. The price of bread a long time ago is not the price of bread that it was today. Japan, on the other hand, is not quite as bad, even deflating in past years. But regardless, we have to find another way to get a return on our money saved. Like smashing that like button for the algorithm so YouTube knows you like these financial advice videos and will put some of the other videos like this into your feed. A Japan bank's savings account is the safest place you can put your money while you're working here in Japan. Now, a Japanese bank account, I do not recommend putting 100% of your savings into it, and I'm going to tell you why. Do you know that the savings account interest rates at banks in Japan averages around 0.001%, calculated semi-annually? That's twice a year. So if you have 500,000 yen in savings, or roughly 5,000 US dollars, put that into your calculator. 500,000 times 0.00001, and that is equal to 5 yen twice a year.
Hey, Andrew, we appreciate holding a 500k yen this year, so here's your coin.
Look at the percentage of the savings that you get back. This does not match the inflation that we're facing, so you're actually losing money. Do you know why this is so low? Banks in Japan in 2021 are charged around minus 0.12% to hold money in centralized bigger banks if needed. And they don't expect this rate to be positive again until 2023.
Wait, a negative interest rate, Andrew? Is that even possible?
Banks are losing money for storing your money unless they do something with it. And with that investment, they will make more money, for example, loaning it out to other people, which they would prefer. So of course, your savings account interest rate is going to be very low. That's why this system of loaning out money to people is very profitable for the banks. Now, this negative interest rate causes them a loss and overall lowers how much money they're making on loans, and especially during this time of a crisis when possibly people are defaulting on their housing loans. Now, you can't be so mad at the banks, can ya? Here's your 10 yen. Get this. Now, online banks with no physical branches like Rakuten Bank are coming out and offering a higher than normal earning for their savings accounts with an average savings account interest rate of a whopping 0.02% to maybe 0.1% based on if you connect your Rakuten securities account. Why do people use these accounts for 100% of their savings? Because they don't know better. I didn't know better. But in all seriousness, if you plan on using this money short term in 3 to 6 months, it is a good idea to keep it in a savings account for easy access.
And this video is sponsored by none other than me. And I'm only making money perhaps years into the future, all depending on if you smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm.
I asked the bank, how can I make more interest than this horrible savings account? And they said, put it into a certificate of deposit. This is called in Japan, teikyoki. A certificate of deposit, also called a CD, is locked in for a certain amount of time so you can't touch it. I would do these back in the States actually when I was in high school and in college, and I think I remember getting about 3 to 5% on ones that were locked up for 6 to 12 months. That was pretty good, but now at the Bank of Japan, we are looking at 0.003% to lock up your money. Okay, here are 3 10 yen coins for you, Andrew. Yeah, so at this time, interest rates are so low, I'd hardly recommend this, and it doesn't beat inflation. The other ways you can lose your money here in Japan are at those pachinko gambling places where you put in those metal balls, Starbucks coffee, and buying haichu. Don't say I didn't warn you. So those are bad examples for all your savings and how the Japan banks can steal them from you. And in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and talk about 5 alternatives to these bad options. Speaking of bad options, agreeing to be a Japanese comedian may be one if you're on the show Suiyoubi Downtown. They sometimes get tricked into playing ridiculous games like this one,
where the comedian has to get the guy or girl they're talking to ask them, "How old do you think I am?"
without requesting them to ask directly. They then, after that, they get a chance to correctly guess the person's age. And if they can do that, they get to go home. The last place loser was stuck in downtown Tokyo for 21 hours. Stay tuned for the next video, where I talk about 5 alternatives to letting your money sit in a bank. Thank you so much for watching. Save your sayonaras, and I'll see you when I see you.